So the motor racing season is well underway. It's actually Bishopscourt this weekend. I can't make it to Bishopscourt because there's also Rallycross in Tynagh, and that's where I'm commentating this weekend. The Tynagh Rallycross, very, very interesting. It's a brand new circuit. It comes at the perfect time really for Irish Rallycross, because Rallycross in a little bit of trouble, let's make no bones about it, in Ireland. They've suffered from really bad entries. I'm not sure why, but people don't seem to be entering here, whereas quite a lot of Irish drivers are going to the UK to do a couple of races. There seems to be a lot of cars sitting around, so a new circuit might just be what we need, and it could also attract maybe some entries from the west. So plenty of supercars going out there. We see today Noel Green's entered, Derek Tolle's entered, Cordy Lynch has entered, so a good entry for that one on a brand new track, and nobody's had any testing. There were some guys that went up and did a bit of work on the track, and they were allowed to have a few laps around, but that should be very, very interesting. 16 valve stock hatch will be strong, the 8 valve stock hatch, the mad guys, they'll all be out, and everybody loves going to a new track, and I'm sure it'll be a weekend away from the Rallycross guys, a little bit of party atmosphere as well, so that should be very, very well worth going to. That's this Sunday. Saturday and Sunday up the north is Bishopscourt. It's the Leinster Motor Club's annual pilgrimage to Bishopscourt. Really fast, another aerodrome, so really, really quick runway circuit, and superb to drive. And they use the international loop for the first time ever, which lengthens the circuit up around the top end a little bit. I haven't driven that one before myself. Striker's back out, doing a great job this year with their promotions. John Burke in charge this year, and they had Ian Beattie out in the celebrity car for round 1 in Mondello. They did offer me the celebrity car for this weekend. They mustn't have had any proper celebrities this weekend in Bishopscourt. I would have loved to race it, so thanks guys, but I've got to go to Tynagh, so I'm going to miss Bishopscourt unfortunately. But interestingly enough, Eric Holstein is going to have a go on that car. That'll be very, very interesting, because nobody's more committed than Eric, and there is a little bit of a dark art I think to driving these strikers, but it won't take him long to learn that. In fact, he raced them many, many years ago. I don't know, sir, probably 10 years ago, when they were on old hard Dunlop tyres and a CVH 1600 engine. They're a different beast now, but it'll be interesting to see how he goes. If the car is up to it, he won't be too far away from the front. Alan Watkins, of course, and Alan Orbach and Dave Griffin are the trio that are always at the front. So, I mean, at worst, could you expect Eric to be fourth? At best, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets to the top 7 of the podium, but those guys, they're 3 really, really quick guys in the class, and they won't be easily beat. The Seat Super Cup kicks off as well, and that'll be very, very interesting. They've already given us all the drama, all the speed, everything you'd want from a saloon car series, unless you're on the receiving end of a front bumper so far this year. But they're proper touring car style cars, like 300 brake horsepower, driver sits on the floor, almost in the back, paddle shift, elongated steering column, proper factory built cars, and the people that drive them absolutely love them. They're 25 to 30,000 euro apparently to buy. Plenty of them around, so Rob McGovern has probably been the quickest so far. However, Michael Cullen arrived at the last meeting with elbows out, firmly re-establishing the fact that he's back in more ways than one. He was very quick by the end of the day. Barry English been superbly impressive in those cars with his limited experience, certainly in terms of circuit racing. He's come from Fiesta straight in, wasn't afraid of Michael Cullen, with the two of them coming to blows on the main straight eventually. Niall Quinn, you don't have to question his calibre. He's a former Red Bull graduate, he's a former Irish J1 GP driver, he's a former Dunlop Motorsport Ireland Irish Young Driver of the Year, and a lot of people question whether or not he'd be able to drive a saloon car, but if you can drive, you can drive. He jumped in, went okay on Saturday, and everybody was saying he was off the pace a little bit, bolted on new tyres, ran with them, and wasn't untouchable, but was pretty much, he was dominant in race 2 and putting down a marker for some of the more experienced tin top men there. So that'll be interesting. They were probably just having a little fun, maybe sparring, well, that's a good word to use, but this is their opening round excuse me, for their first championship in Bishopscourt this weekend. They'll run with the touring cars, but they'll be very much battling each other. Watch out too for John Farrelly, who's gone really, really well for a guy that's been out of the cockpit for so long. Brian Berry as well started off very, very rusty and has made huge strides, both of them running with Sean Woods. So it should be very, very interesting to see how they get on this weekend. Kevin Doran in a little Civic will of course be bothering them as ever. I think they have that car fixed since the last Mondello, and in a straight line it seems to be almost a match of those Seats, but mid-corner grip and certainly on the brake. Mid-corner grip is where the Civic doesn't have it, it's got smaller wheels. doesn't have any aerodynamics and stuff like that. But I'm sure he won't make it easy. And of course, to say it seems to be very, very hard to get off the line. So even if he doesn't out-qualify them, don't be surprised if he leads down into turn 1. There should be a few other cars out there capable of doing it too. Good racing in with the Irish touring cars. So we'll go through some other Bishopscourt classes later on.